In an open sector of the Donetsk battlefront, a Ukrainian aerial reconnaissance unit from the 414th UAV Brigade Magyar Birds conducted a combat patrol using armed FPV drone systems. This area was previously identified as a logistics route and concentration point for Russian infantry, which often exploits open spaces for rapid movement. New footage shows the tragic failure of 2 Russian soldiers attempting to intercept a Ukrainian FPV drone attack. They were seen carrying fuel canisters, presumably to try to stop or disable the 414th UAV Brigade's Magyar Birds unmanned aerial vehicle. The 2 Russian soldiers' desperate attempt turned disastrous. In the open field without cover, the 2 soldiers became perfect targets for the Ukrainian operator calmly controlling the FPV drone. Although they were seen attempting to stop the drone by firing their weapons, and were seen holding a fuel canister in their hands, their reactions were too slow compared to the speed and precision of the mini war machine's maneuvers. In mere seconds, the FPV drone dived in a deadly trajectory, striking its target with a precision explosion. Smoke and flames soon engulfed the area, marking the end of the futile resistance of 2 invaders trying to survive on a modern battlefield. In the second attack, footage from a Ukrainian UAV unit also captured a rare moment that revealed the most vulnerable side of the Russian occupying forces. It wasn't just a gun battle, but a psychological warfare now completely dominated by FPV drones. In the video, a group of Russian infantrymen can be seen raising their heads to the sky, staring with fear. Their eyes froze as the Ukrainian FPV drone appeared and aimed directly at their position. The expressions on their faces clearly conveyed deep panic, a moment when they realized their fate was sealed. From a distance, the Ukrainian UAV operator calmly controlled the attack path, the drone gliding with precision, approaching its target mercilessly. The Russian soldiers could only surrender, with no time to flee or offer any meaningful resistance. Shortly after, a loud explosion shook the ground, ending their presence there. This incident reaffirmed the changing face of war on the Ukrainian front. Individual courage, or manual improvisation, were no longer a match for remotely piloted offensive UAV technology. FPV drones became not just eyes in the air, but also swords, striking the enemy mercilessly. For Russian troops, the sky, which should be open space, has now become a source of terror. Every time a small silhouette appeared overhead, it was a reminder that they were just waiting for their turn to be finished off. For the operators of the 414th UAV Brigade, this mission was one of many proofs that there is no safe haven, not even in open space, and Russian soldiers trying to survive Ukrainian precision aerial attacks. On the other hand, a Russian senator from occupied Ukraine has admitted that Moscow is losing ground in drone warfare and that its war against Kyiv has reached a deadlock, echoing earlier warnings from Ukraine's former top general that the conflict has bogged down into a costly positional struggle. Dmitry Rogozin, a member of the pro-Kremlin United Russia Party and senator representing the Russian-occupied Zaporizhia region, said Russian forces are advancing only with enormous difficulty and at a colossal cost. Dmitry Rogozin described the situation along the front line as a positional war, where equipment is destroyed before it even reaches the front, and small assault groups push forward with little success. Rogozin also acknowledged that Russia is falling behind in drone warfare, and he also said Ukraine has 10 times more drones, thanks to support from a coalition of high-tech countries. He claimed Ukraine deploys 100 to 250 long-range drones daily, with the number steadily rising. His remarks mirror an assessment made by Valery Zaluzhny, Ukraine's former commander-in-chief and now ambassador to the United Kingdom. Writing in Zerkalo Tizhnya, Zaluzhny said the war had entered a positional deadlock similar to World War I, particularly on the Donetsk front since late 2022. He blamed Ukraine's stalled 2023 counteroffensive on a shortage of manpower and equipment. Zaluzhny warned that the static nature of the fighting risks dragging out the conflict to Ukraine's detriment. While he noted a trend toward Russia trying to break the stalemate, he admitted that Ukraine's recent incursion into Russia's Kursk region came at too high a price. Such limited operations with heavy losses, he said, can only be justified in exceptional circumstances. Ukraine is opening the possibility of flanking Russian troops still holding pockets of territory in Sumy from behind, threatening their lines of retreat and accelerating their collapse. Overall, Ukraine's steady progress highlights how momentum has shifted from a desperate defensive fight to prevent Russian forces from reaching Sumy city into an operation pushing enemy troops back into Kursk. The border itself is losing meaning in the chaos of battle, and Ukraine is now able to carry the fight onto Russian soil to disrupt the enemy's remaining footholds. With innovation in drone warfare, effective use of air power, and smart maneuvering, Ukrainian forces are not just defending, but are reshaping the front line to their advantage. To distract from this, commanders have resorted to sewer infiltrations and other theatrics that fail to alter the battlefield balance. With autumn rains fast approaching, Russia's much-hyped summer offensive has ended, without achieving its main goal of capturing Pokrovsk. Instead, Ukrainian countermeasures have not only preserved the town, but have rolled back enemy gains, and Russian bodies littering the fields and underground sewer lines. Taking advantage, Ukrainians cleared out Russian staging grounds, as Belarusian volunteers showed highly adaptive skills, creating explosives tailored specifically for the mission at hand. As the Belarusian force trained in the ways of Ukrainian special forces numbers approximately 300 soldiers in the Kupiansk direction alone, these motivated fighters are demonstrating their commitment to the cause and indomitable will to fight against what they consider to be the Russian menace. Meanwhile, Ukraine is winning because it is actively degrading Russian capabilities to wage war, while its own capabilities are growing.